and welcome back to Harriet's Custom Computer Art Plus. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified the moment I have up new tutorials. I've been getting a lot of requests, and I've seen many more on different groups that I'm a part of that want to know how to make memorial images for t-shirts or for funeral programs. So I thought that I would show you quickly today how to do it in Canva. I'm new to Canva, so I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, but I was able to, this is my third time using it, and I was able to put this together in just a few minutes. So let's show you how right now. First of all, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to create a design. I want it 8.5 by 11. You go down here, you just scroll down to the one you want, and this one says 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. Now I want to put the red rose background on there. So I'm going to go here to my uploads, and these are just images that I found off of the internet. Some of these aren't, but the images I'm going to be using today are just all images I found on the internet. I want the background to be the red roses, and I want to turn them so that they will be able to fill up the page without being too large. So I'm just going to pull this out until it fills up the whole page. I'll move it up to the area that I want to use. I like this area. Next, I found some, I don't want that one yet. I found a gate, this gate, and like I said, this was free, and I'm just going to enlarge it some. I'm going to go to Edit Image and remove the background. Now that the background is removed, I'm just going to crop off by moving in from either the sides, top, or bottom, all the sections that I don't want to include in my image. So now I have just the portions I want to keep. I'm going to once again resize this. And I like this because it's Canva, this snaps into place when you start pulling out and trying to enlarge things. They snap right into place. Now these gates aren't popping enough. They're kind of getting lost in that background. So I'm going to go to Edit Image. And right here, when I hit See All, it shows all the different things about the picture you can adjust. I just want to adjust the brightness here so that they stand out from that background, and that works for me. And now I want to have an arch over the top of the roses. Now to keep things from moving, once you have them just like you want, the background, I'm not going to be doing anything else with that, so I'm just going to hit this lock up here next to the trash can. And now it won't move, but I could still move everything else. So now I want to add an arch over my gate because I want to put some writing on that. So this was another picture that I saw, and I just wanted the arch, so I'm just going to move this up, and I'm going to come in and just keep the arch. Let me resize this so I can see what I'm getting rid of. By coming in from the sides. I'm just going to keep a little of that stone on there. Now I'm going to go back to Elements. And now I'm hitting Edit Image, and I'm going to take the background off of this one. And I'm going to move it into place. I want it here at the top. And I'm just going to enlarge it. I guess I'll let that little brick, no, I don't really like the brick. I'm going to take it all the way to just about the edge. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to bring this up some. And I'm going to bring this gate down a little. I need to enlarge this a little bit so it's centered over top of my gate there. Now, let me pull this side out a little. Perfect. Okay, now I want the top of the gate to match the bottom of the gate. So once again, I'm going to go to Edit Image, And I'm going to go to bright once again, and I'm just going to bring it up enough where it kind of blends in and looks like it could actually be over that gate. Next, I'm going to bring in some text, so I'm going to hit text on the side, and you scroll through and pick the one you like. I like this one because I wanted some fancy text as well as some plain text. And these are grouped together, as you can see, and I want to separate them so that I can resize them however I want. So I'm going to click on these three dots here, and I'm going to choose ungroup. Now I'm going to just click on cheers. Actually, I'm going to hit it twice so I can type always. And then for the bottom one, the smaller writing, I want to enlarge that, and if you look at the top, it's on 18 points right now. I'm just going to enlarge that until I think it's big enough to see. That might be a little too big. Take it down some. And then I'm also going to make it bold so it stands out more. And of course, I'm going to change it to In Our Hearts. All right. And now I think I want to make always larger. So I want to hit the corner, not the edge. I'll pull that back in. Move that up some. And then I can enlarge. I think I'm going to enlarge In Our Hearts a little more. I had to pull out the sides to make sure that there would be room to do it. There we go. All right. So I have always In Our Hearts. And my always, I'll move that up just a little more so I could bring this up a little more. And now I'm going to bring in some doves. So I'm going to go to elements, and they have a whole bunch of pictures already in here. So I'm going to use their picture, and I'm bringing in the dove. I'm going to go to edit image, background remove. And then I'm going to resize that dove and put it here near always. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to go back to elements again, and I'm going to get, oops, not that dove. I want the other dove, the one that's coming, and flight. And this one already has the background removed. So I'm just going to reposition him, resize him. I'm going to click on the arrow in the circle at the bottom, the circular arrow, and that helps me to move him. It helps me to move the image any way I want to move it. So I think that will work. I think I might take this one up a little higher. And now the birds look a little dingy to me, so I'm going to edit this dove by going back into edit image, and I'm just going to brighten him up so that he pops on the page and looks clear and crisp and clean. I'm going to do the same thing to this dove. You just tap it, and then I'm going to increase the brightness. Not so much that you lose definition, but just enough to see it clearly. Now we're ready to bring in our person that we want to memorialize. So I'm going to go back to my uploads, and once again, this is an image that I found online. She was free, royalty free, and so I'm going to do the same thing. Go to edit image, background remover, and it's going to remove the background from her. And now I'm going to bring these sides in so that I'll be able to easily maneuver the images behind her if I want to move them at all. Now I like this gate, but I wanted to have some stairs on it because I kind of like the way this image looked. But I wanted to just use the stairs, so I'm just going to cut out all the rest of this, and I'm just going to use the stairs. I'm going to bring, oops, I went a little too far. Just hit the back arrow. You don't have to panic if you make a mistake. They have a back arrow right on the top left side. And I'm just going to resize those stairs enough to put down at the bottom. And then I'll bring in the sides so that it will just be fit within our 8.5 by 11 inches. I think I need to bring it down a little more there. There we go. And now I'm going to bring her to the front by clicking on her, hitting position and forward, and it brings her to the front. Now I could leave her just standing on the stairs if I wanted to, like this. I'm going to go ahead and give her some wings, but I'm going to also add some roses along the bottom just to finish that out. But that actually looks pretty good just like it is, but I'll just still show you how to do it with the roses at the bottom. So now I'm going to bring in these wings. I'm going to go once again to edit image, remove background. And I'm going to resize these from any corner to make them look proportionate to how they would look if they were actually on her back. And this actually looks like how it would look if it was actually on her back. So about that big. So now I'm just going to hit position and backwards to move them behind her. I'm going to hit apply, and it takes the wings behind her. And the wings are looking a little high on the right side, so I'm just going to click on that little arrow, the circular arrow, and turn them a little bit so that they're more even. I think I turned it a little too much. Get that right about there. Yeah. And these wings are looking a little dingy too, so I'm going to go to brightness and brighten them up, not so much that you lose definition, but enough to make them look crisp and clean. And she's a little dark and blending into the background as well, so I'm going to edit image on her, and I'm going to brighten her up some. And then once I brighten her up, she loses contrast, so now I'm going to add in some contrast again. You could also sharpen it if you wanted to, or go to clarity to make it even look more clear. So I hit clarity a little bit. You have all the options there. And once again, that looks fine just like it is. You'd have room to put extra information on the top, left, and right. But I'm going to add some roses across the bottom. And like I said, you can leave these on or off. But I'm just going to put them along the bottom. I'm going to kind of turn them using that circular arrow so that I can get them positioned where I want. And I'm just using the same one, but I'm turning it in different directions so that it won't look like it's all just the same image. And I think I used about 3 of these. I don't want to completely cover up the stairs, so I'm going to move it down a little bit so that you could still see that she's standing on some stairs. Turn this one a little more. And then bring it down. And that one I can turn it back that way. So now you're still seeing that she's standing on some stairs. I can make it look like she's standing farther down on the stairs by bringing her down a little bit. Sometimes it looks funny when you leave people's feet out, so you just have to judge that on your own. She could be turned a little straighter. And just like that, you've made a memorial image that you can use on t-shirts or funeral programs, candles, you name it. Just adjusting these a little more. I can actually move her up and move the steps up so that I can get some more of those roses in there because they look kind of odd all the way down there. So I'll move the steps up some. Move this rose out the way, and I can get to the steps. Move the steps up, and then I'll move my roses up at the bottom again. Oops, accidentally hit add image. I'll just add in some more so that I don't have to take a lot of time up. Move this one down a little. And add in one more, maybe a couple more. And just like that, you made a very nice memorial image, and all you do is in the top right corner, you have the arrow with the line under it. That's the download line. So if you click on that, it will download it to your device. I don't know what this little white stuff is over here, so I'm going to cut that out by pulling that in some. And so you can download it by hitting the arrow that's pointing down, or you can upload it to Gmail or Messenger or Facebook by hitting the last arrow that's pointing up. So that's how easy it is to make these memorial images for any purpose that you'd like to use. I also wanted to show you how easy it is to change up the design. All you have to do is choose another background, resize it to fill up the page with just the portion that you want showing in the background. Then you're going to tap on position and send it to the back. Once it's in the back, you could leave it just like this with the roses still on the bottom, or you can delete each of the roses just by clicking on it and tapping the trash can in the top right corner. Once you're finished with those, you can resize the stairs by dragging from any corner to make the stairs wide enough to fill in that gap space, and you automatically have a whole new design or a whole new look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.